Okay, boys and girls, so this is an example of someone where I took it and I dipped it. And so we know that all the nooks and crannies are all taken care of on top of here. But now they need to take care of their wall, they need to take care of their base. And in the case of this person, they had this really cool water slide coming out of the top window of their roof. So because I dipped it, this turned out to be green too. But this person, they're okay with that because now everything is green and they don't have to get into all the little nooks and crannies. So let me show you what this person would want to do. First of all, it could very well be that the color they want is way over here. Now, what we don't want to see is someone sitting right here and going all the way over here to get their glaze and all the way drip, all the way back. So, someone in the studio audience already knows the response. What does this person need to do? Move. They're just going to move. They're going to say, hey, so-and-so, do you think you can scoot over? Can we switch chairs? Can we do something? You want to be sitting in front of the glaze that you need, okay? Otherwise, it just makes a big old mess. Now, here's the next thing you're going to do. If you have your color, the next thing you're going to have to decide is this something that's really big or small or medium? To me, I kind of think it's medium. So when you're choosing a brush, you're going to have to decide, do I want to have a really big brush like this, a medium, or a small? For me, I'm deciding it's this medium one. So I'm going to take that. Now, here's the next thing. When we go to get the glaze, you're going to take your brush. You will dip it into the color that you want, and then you're always going to do off to the side here because we don't want it to drip. And we don't want to get paint onto this part of the brush because then you're going to have a big dripping problem too. Now check this out. After I've dipped it, now I'm going to come and this person is going to start to do the detailing. Now notice this. If this person dips in here and then does this, I'm done. It's not going to look nice at all. This person here, this person wants to get in there and do some careful work. They're going to dip it in, and the first thing is they're just going to work right here, and they are going to get that glaze on here. Remember, the more glaze that you put on, the shinier it's going to be, and the better the color. However, you don't want to come over and just mop it on so that it's dripping down on your base and stuff. You want to do careful work. Now, do you see over here on the side of their little water slide that we can see that it's blank? If you want to really do a nice job, you could come over here and do the side of it as well. Now, some of you notice that I'm starting to pick up my house. If we have told you that your house is a little bit sensitive in certain areas, you're already going to know to be very careful. But even if you're not given a warning, you never want to hold it from the top. Some of you even have the curly Q. You are not going to grab that curly Q and just bring it around like a bell. You're always going to hold it from the bottom and from the house itself. Now, you'll notice that I'm finishing up my water slide here. To me, it's looking really awesome. And you're going to notice that the clay is just going to suck up that glaze because the clay is extremely dry. It's been in the kiln. And so when you see that it dries out like chalk, that means that you have done a really great job. Now, this person still could be an overachiever and go back behind the water slide. That is a sign of someone who's really wanting to do a great job because they're looking at it from all angles. Now notice when I get into this little tight spot here, it could be that I would want to transition into this small brush. Dip it in so that I can get into that little tight space without hitting my roof. Now you'll notice I did hit the roof right here. Here's a couple of things you can do. Number one, you can just come and wipe it off. Number two, you could wet your finger on one of these rags here. Just kind of wet your finger just a little bit and then come and wipe that off. You could take the rag itself and just kind of doop. Like here, they dripped onto their base. You could just kind of go doop and clean that up. Now, this person now needs to paint the walls of their house, but maybe they want to make that purple. that would mean that it's time for them to leave this station. But the first thing that they're going to do is to clean off their brush. And in order to do that, all we're going to be asking you to do is to take your brush and to wipe it off real good on one of these rags, and then to return it over here. Now, Miss Acosta, can you come here for just a second? Follow me.